Yo, 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 yo. Yeah. It's your boy, Dr. Ibz. This is the IV Podcast, Imperfect Vet Podcast with Dr. Ibz. We back at it again, man. We back at it again like a fucking crack addict. We back at it. You know what I mean? We back at it like when it's cold and there's fucking wind making you cuss, which causes sin. You know? We're getting comfortable out here. We're getting very comfortable with talking to the mic. Honestly, we're getting to a point where, I'm getting very comfortable with this shit. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep it moving. You know what I mean? So, how's everyone's week going? I hope everyone's having a blessed day. I hope everyone's having a blessed week. I hope everyone's having a blessed everything, work week, all that shit. Shout out to all the listeners, the low-key listeners that have been listening to my shit. I know people are listening to the podcast. I'm getting like an average of 10 to 20 listeners. But it's kind of consistent. So I kind of like that. So let's get these numbers up. Subscribe and do all that. I'm going to have a better setup soon. Very soon. By episode 10, I'm probably going to have mic set up, cameras and everything. I'm just doing this off the rip to get the ball moving, you know what I mean? Because I've been talking about this shit for so long and it's let me just start this shit, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be like Dr. J with detox. So, I hope everyone's having a good, blessed life. We all know everyone's going through it. But at the end of the day, I hope everyone's living their life the best way that they can. Because, as I said before in the last podcast, you have to adjust. You must adjust. Anyways, my week has been better than usual, I got to figure out a lot of shit about life, have some deep conversations with family, So at the end of the day, man, that whole set boundaries type of thing, you have to set boundaries. Even with your loved ones, you have to let them know, hey man, this is stressing me out, this is how I feel, I will help you, but these are my conditions and this is how I move. Because if you just keep moving off how other people move, they're just going to take advantage, right? And I'm not saying it from a personal level, I'm talking about people in general. You know what I mean? People might take advantage, and then next thing you know, you're fucking stressed out over some dumb shit at work because you helped someone and now they're taking advantage of you. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you can be kind, be nice, help people around you, but at the end of the day, be cautious because you never know, right? You never fucking know. You never know. Because at the end of the day, man, life is always gonna suck, but you gotta find shit to make you happy. Now that key part is all on you. It's all on you. You have to make sure that you can make sure that you're happy. You have to figure that shit out. And that's the whole fucking game, right? Because if you don't figure shit out and you don't know what makes you happy, then you're just gonna be moving like a zombie every day, living paycheck to paycheck. And I can't live like that personally. Fuck that. I personally cannot live like that. I cannot do that. Fuck that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that is not what we're doing out here. We're here to spread positive energy and blessings. And we're here to fucking motivate people, man. Because at the end of the day, man, this is what's needed, man. People, we're tired of the bullshit. We're tired of hearing all these arguments. People just want to live life and listen to some shit where it's I ain't gotta fucking hear any type of conflict. Where, there's gonna be rants, there's gonna be conflict, but I'm gonna put it in the perspective from both views and I'm gonna project my own view. And that's how I think people should do it. Because at the end of the day, when you go online, people are just saying how they feel because of emotion. So you should not take that to heart at all. And when I go on my Twitter segment, I think I got a couple tweets regarding that topic. But we're gonna go to our first topic of the motherfucking day. Our first segment. It's damn what the fuck, fuck. Now, I was watching this video. I think it's Vice. Shout out to Vice. They had this shit about people are making money in prison, and I thought it was like, you know how people would be like, yo, 10 cents an hour, 15 cents. Nah, nigga, it's completely different. Like, obviously in different countries it's different, but like in Brazil they had a music video shoot and everything. In the US you can still record music, write books, make money off those books. There's a rapper named Heartless G in Toronto. He's writing books, he's making money off those books, and he's in the bin right now. And then that wasn't even like the shocking part, because I knew people were doing that. They were hustling, right? The shit that like kind of like got me like saying like what the fuck was like the fact that like $1 is worth like $20 over there, right? I knew $1 is worth like maybe $5, but I didn't know it was worth that much. And like the thing that like kind of like, I don't know about the Canadian prisons, but like the American prisons and all that, like ramen is a commodity. Like ramen is the shit. Like it's so versatile, right? And I knew how versatile it was because I'd be watching prison videos and shit, and I see these niggas like they be making lasagna, pizza, all this type of shit, nachos with ramen. So I'm in my head, I'm like, you know what, ramen's pretty lit in prison, you know what I mean? Because it's that versatile. Then this one guy, they interviewed him, and he said what they do sometimes is they take the ramen, they wet it up, they form it into a shape, they harden it, and then they shave it off, and then now you have a shank off of ramen. These niggas are creative in the prison. These niggas are MacGyvers. Like, holy shit. Bro, you're making a shank out of ramen, my nigga? Damn, what the fuck? Bro, dog, here's the thing. You can call me a square, you can call me whatever the fuck you want. I ain't trying to go to jail because these niggas are very creative. Holy shit. These niggas are scientists. Imagine the nigga that said, yo, I'm gonna get this ramen, I'm gonna wet it up, shape it into like a dagger, shave it off when it hardens, and now I have a shank. But it's like a bee sting. It's like, you shank the nigga and that's it. Like you can't reuse it. Like I think it's done after that. The thing's gonna break off or some shit. But you still shank the nigga. Like that's fucking crazy to me. Then another thing that was like, I was like, damn, what the fuck? Yo, man, I think in England, a strike of a match. So I'm talking about like, you want to spark your bogey? That shit costs £4 in the bin. 4 fucking pounds. Wow. That like yo, dog, I'm trying to be safe as possible because and stay out of trouble because fuck all that, man. These niggas are living like Neanderthals just to fucking do certain shit that they would do outside if they just stepped outside or if they just got free. That to me is kind of fucked up. And some people are in there for like shit that they didn't do, so it's kind of fucked up that they have to live like that. But at the end of the day, man, I hope the innocent people get free. And if you are a menace to society, if you're a fucking demon, I don't wish death or jail on nobody, but like, hey man, there's a reason why you're there, I guess. I don't know. That's not even my business. So, and on another damn what the fuck, Harden went to Philly. Now, when Harden went to Philly, the shit that made me laugh the most was Joel Embiid tweeted what's his name? Nicki Minaj's old manager. He made that tweet about going to his op's funeral just to make sure he was dead. And Joel Embiid tweeted that, and I started dying, yo. Because, yo, fam, if you think about it, Joel Embiid hated Ben Simmons, and then he tweeted that, like, yo, I'm tweeting this just to make sure this nigga's gone. I'm like, holy shit. But that's not even like the whole damn what the fuck. It's the damn what the fuck, like, yo, Harden, what are you doing? Like, you're with KD and Kyrie. You said fuck that. You know what I'm gonna do? Kyrie's not trying to play. KD keeps getting injured. I'm leaving. But like, you should have stayed, man. You should have fucking stayed. But maybe the nightlife in New York is shit right now. Because I remember Joe Budden was saying this. The nightlife in New York is not that good. So maybe it's better in Philly. Because we all know James Harden is that nightlife fucking nigga. So maybe that's like one of the reasons why. But like, Ben Simmons, I feel like he's going to step up in Brooklyn. He's going to go off in Brooklyn. Because he has something to prove. And if he goes off, I'm banking on the fucking Brooklyn Nets. Because if KD comes back healthy, and the Kyrie can play a few games, and they have Ben Simmons, and Ben Simmons is going off, let's fucking go. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens on that, man. The playoffs are soon, so we'll see what happens. The deadline happened. The Lakers, I am not even looking at them niggas. You know, Ben Simmons went from Philly cheesesteaks to chopped cheeses. Vice versa for Harden. Respect to both of them. I guess it's a good decision for both of them. So I just hope because I know March 10th they're going to play, so I'm definitely going to talk about that. So I want to see what happens, like who benefits off this trade, because I haven't seen Ben Simmons play at all. So I want to see what happens with this. You know what I mean? And I'm not really a sports guy, but like this is like this story, you know? You kind of have to like stay in tune and see what's going on, you know? And obviously I played my sports, but you got to know what's going on. Anyways, we're going to go to today's sponsor. After Damn What the Fuck segment. This has been Damn What the Fuck. And now on to our sponsor. And today's sponsor is, we got a movie trailer. From the makers of the Nigga Chronicle franchise comes a brand new show titled, What Did This Nigga Do? It's a new show for Black History Month, where each episode be highlighted by some key inventions that a nigga did. This week, we're covering Michael Jordan and how this nigga made tennis shoes fly. When I say fly, you know what I'm saying. Also, next week, we talking about George, my nigga, Washington Carver. Only on Watch This Shit or Else. Plus, you get a 30-day trial when you type in imperfect. Now, back to the show. Alright. So, it's time for the music segment. And I've been listening to some new music lately. And and we're not going to be like these other podcasts where like they play this song and all that shit. Like I'll just be like, yo, listen to this song. And then I'll just like talk about it. Maybe in the future I'll probably bump the song once I have better equipment and all that type of shit. But for now, Diet Coke by Pusha T. God fucking damn. God damn. This nigga went in. Because in my head I was like, yo, should rappers like evolve with their life and all that shit? And like, you know, I'm looking at all like the Jay-Z's and all that type of shit. And then I go, Pusha T's still rapping the same shit and I love it. And I'm like, you know what? Do your thing. If that's your niche, do your fucking thing, man. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit, yo. Pusha T killed that shit. Diet Coke, that shit's fire. Y'all niggas need to listen to that. You know what I mean? And like as an individual, musically, my mom always taught me, whatever these niggas rap about, don't really do it. Don't do it. Like, they're just rapping it. Like, it's not something for you to do. You know what I mean? It's just entertainment. So once I understood that, every single rap was like, it was nice for me. It was entertainment. You know what I mean? And like, the one thing that I want to say, Eminem, we get it, bro. You can rap. Stop spitting like niggas don't know you can rap. Make songs, make actual music, make songs that's timeless. The shit that you're making right now is not timeless. You know what I mean? The last album you made, that shit was fire because you actually made songs and flows and, you know what I mean, cadences. That's what people liked about you. You know what I mean? When you're just trying to prove a point, like, it's just like, yo, bro, we get it. We know you can rap, man. Like, we know you can rap. You don't have to prove anything to us. You don't have to do a 3-minute verse on another nigga's song just to show us, like, yo, this guy still got it. Like, no, nigga, we get it. We know you can rap. You know what I mean? Make some tunes, my nigga. Make some tunes. And yo, also, next subject, Afro beats are on fire right now. Afro beats are being played at every party, every jam, everything. We're on top right now, yo. Shout out to Africa, yo. My African brothers. We out here, dog. We out here, dog. It sounds good to the ear and everything, man. You know what I mean? We out here, man. So now, it's time for the Twitter segment. We're going to go in on Twitter. It's going to be a quicker episode today, but there's a lot of information that I'm going to be spewing. Maybe it might be the same time as usual, but let's go on Twitter. So everyone's wilding out about this Joe Biden shit, the crack pipe shit. But like, what I think is that Joe Biden, like, people have been doing this in cities for a long time. In Canada, we've been doing this for a long time, and it's been helping our communities and all that stuff, because at the end of the day, no one wants to see crack pipes and heroin needles in parks, because you see that shit in parks, right? That's where children play. There's a fucking reason why they're doing that. But the Republicans are like, yo, he's handing out crack pipes and saying you can smoke crack and do whatever you want. But like, people, like, it's misinformation. They're trying to like stir it up and shit like that. And like, the one thing that pisses me off is that now that we have the internet and we have all this information, we see what you're doing and you guys are still doing it. If you guys were being transparent, you guys can manipulate us even more if you guys are being more transparent. But you guys aren't. We know the game now. Switch up the game, bro. People are getting angry, people are getting mad, and y'all niggas are not switching up the game. Like, it makes no sense. Anyways, back to the Twitter shit. Apparently Gunn and Chloe Bailey are... I've seen that video. They're doing their thing. So, we are going to go in. So, this one person, stewardess chick, tweeted, Twitter's toxic, but getting on here to say how it's hurting you won't change a thing. Because drum roll, it's toxic. Just change your settings, log out, etc. But you wasted characters thinking motherfuckers on here will give a shit, because they absolutely do not. Facts. At the end of the day, you gotta keep moving, you gotta keep it pushing, and you just don't let this online shit affect you, man. Because at the end of the day, it's just online, man. Because when you go out in the real world, everyone's suffering, everyone's going through it, and they're not thinking about the shit that you see online. Because everyone is in their... I said this to my boy. Back in the day, the celebrities were in their own bubble. Nowadays, everyone's in their own bubble because you can control your own timeline, your own algorithm, everything. So the fact that that's happening, everyone's in their own shit, which means so everything that you say, you're gonna get shit in your algorithm that's gonna correspond, or it's gonna be a likeness to what you said. So So then you're gonna think that what you're saying is right when it's not. That's not what people think. So just keep that in mind. Also, yo, this nigga Cristiano Ronaldo, what the hell, bro? 1.7 million per Instagram post. I don't even know if that's real, but that's fucking wow. Wow. Anyways, one of the funny things that I seen on Twitter was it was the Shaq, Kenny and Charles Barkley, the white guy, and they were I think they're doing like the all-star draft, like who's gonna be on whose team, and then they're like, LeBron was like, yo, is James Harden healthy? And then someone said, yo, that nigga just got traded. Of course he's healthy. And I started fucking dying. Because, yo, it's true. It's true. You ain't gonna trade a nigga if he's injured. Well, like, unless you're KD, but, like, you know what we're saying. And then apparently that gorilla nigga was at the bowling alley when the baby and them were fighting, and someone said they beat the wrong nigga's ass. Allen Iverson pulling up his Philadelphia nightlife spreadsheet to show James Harden, and it has the Young Thug and the Little Dirk meme. That's funny. That's funny. And then there's just a bunch of power tweets. And then, yeah, like, it's, you know, like, honestly, like, Twitter is, like, it's hilarious for me, man. Oh, yeah, once someone said, yo, I'm trying to bounce from Toronto. And, like, that's one thing I was thinking about that. And I was like, yo, they're kind of a little bit right, because Toronto's been a little bit fucked up lately. But if you keep your head down and mind your business, I think you're good to go. But I don't think making a podcast and talking shit the way I'm doing it is gonna help. But end of the day, nothing I can do about that, right? So I think at the end of the day, the truckers are still trucking. They are apparently the government seized their gas, but people are still sending them gas. They try to seize the money, people are still sending them money. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with that. They need to just lift the mandates and just have mandatory things going on. Like, you have to have a negative COVID test within like 2 weeks and all this other shit, so you can go into these certain establishments. You know what I mean? So like, if I'm unvaccinated, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go through my due diligence, get a COVID test. It says I don't have COVID, then I'm good for at least 3 days. You know what I mean? And every 3 days, I have to go through the bullshit of getting a COVID test. So then that's gonna be on me. So then I'm eventually gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna get vaccinated. You know what I mean? You have to make it annoying for the unvaccinated, but don't shut the doors for the unvaccinated. Make it annoying for the unvaccinated for them to get vaccinated. That's smart. But instead, you guys are doing it a different way, which is stupid. You guys are doing it by forcing niggas, but instead you gotta kind of like, hey man, you gotta do this every fucking 3 days. Why not just get vaccinated? You gotta make shit fucking easier for people. We're human beings at the end of the day. When you inconvenience us, we're going to complain. That's why you have that shit at your door. But at the end of the day, that was the last part that I said that, so it doesn't even matter. Is there any other topics? I don't think there's any other topics. I think you should love your family. You should love the friends around you. You should keep the people that you trust around you. You should always ask for criticisms, ask for advice, ask for anything that you can, right? And then offer the same thing to other people. And make sure that they're okay as well. Also, call people back, man. If someone calls you back, man, call that motherfucker back, man. You never know what they're going through and why they called you. Just call them back. They were thinking of you, so just call them back. Text them back, you know? And also, help thy neighbor. And on a positive note, I'm going to leave it as, do what makes you happy. And what makes you happy, you gotta figure that shit out yourself. If you can't figure that shit out, I don't know what to tell you. But at the end of the day, this shit that we call life, is real. It's fucking real. And at the end of the day, everyone is going through it. And we just gotta stick together and progress. Fuck the violence, all that shit. Fuck being divisive. Let's stick together and let's progress. This is your boy, Dr. Ibz. This has been the Imperfect Vent Podcast. You already know what it is, what it do, what it is. Yeah. Stay blessed, stay tuned, stay safe. Peace. I'm out.